Imagine being young and getting caught by pirates. That's what happened to Julius Caesar. He was taken by Sicilian pirates who asked for a big ransom. Instead of being scared, Caesar told them to ask for even more money. This shows how daring he was, even when he was young. It makes you think about how he used this boldness later to become a great leader.
It's amazing how Caesar's story still matters today. He wasn't just a brave leader, he was smart too. We'll explore how these early experiences helped him rise to power and leave a mark on history. His actions back then continue to teach us about leadership and courage.
Julius Caesar was born in July 100 BCE. His family was from the patrician class, which means they were of noble birth. They had political ties but were not very powerful at the time. His father, also named Gaius, held a position called praetor, like a judge, and was the governor in Asia. His mother, Aurelia, came from a well-known family too, which helped them have some influence in society.
Right? And even though Caesar's family wasn't powerful at the time, they still had important connections. Caesar's aunt, Julia, was married to Gaius Marius, an influential leader in Roman politics. Young Caesar's life took a big turn when his father died when he was just 16. Suddenly, he had to step up as the head of his family. It must have been a lot of pressure at such a young age, especially during a time when the political scene was very unstable.
Indeed, and despite these challenges, Caesar's education continued to play a crucial role in his development. He studied Greek language and philosophy, as these were important subjects in Rome. His interest in rhetoric or public speaking was also significant. Being able to speak well was very important in Rome, especially for someone who wanted to succeed in politics. Caesar seemed to understand this from a young age and was eager to refine his skills.
That's right. His education wasn't just about learning, but also about preparing for a political career. The Roman Forum was the heart of political debate, and young Caesar knew that mastering public speaking would give him a tremendous advantage. These skills would later become crucial as he navigated the political landscape. It's fascinating to see how his early life prepared him for the challenges ahead, especially with the backing of his family ties, like his uncle Marius.
After his father passed, Caesar faced danger under Sulla's rule. Sulla, who didn't like Caesar's uncle Gaius Marius, ordered Caesar to divorce his wife Cornelia. Caesar refused and was forced into hiding because Sulla wanted him dead. His strong family ties, especially his mother Aurelia's influence, helped save him. Caesar decided it was best to leave Rome during Sulla's time, and he set out to start a military career.
Yes, Caesar began serving under Marcus Minucius Thermus, displaying exceptional skill as a soldier in Asia. His abilities were quickly noticed, and he earned recognition for his bravery. It was here that Caesar's confidence grew, showing he was more than just a young man from a noble family. His experiences in the military began to shape him into the leader he would become, showing everyone he had what it took to rise above challenges.
Life took another interesting turn for Caesar when he was sent to Bithynia. He went there as an envoy to King Nicomedes to get a fleet of ships for Rome. There were rumors about Caesar's relationship with the king, suggesting he had to persuade the king using more personal methods. Whether true or not, these stories followed Caesar back to Rome, adding to his colorful reputation and adventurous life.
When Caesar returned to Rome, his accomplishments didn't go unnoticed. He was awarded the civic crown, an honor given to those who saved a fellow Roman citizen in battle. This marked a turning point, as his military success contributed significantly to his growing prestige. It was clear that Caesar was not just any soldier. He was on his way to becoming a notable figure in Roman society, setting the stage for his future successes.
After escaping Rome, Caesar began a new chapter as a legal advocate. He was passionate about speaking in public and making his points clear. This skill helped him build his reputation in the busy Roman courts. Imagine standing in front of a large crowd and talking about important matters, convincing them to see things your way. That's what Caesar did. His talent for speaking made people start noticing him as someone different from the rest.
Yes, and it's fascinating how Caesar's story with pirates ties into his legal career. Remember when those Sicilian pirates captured him? They demanded a ransom, and Caesar, instead of being afraid, joked with them. When he was free, he kept his promise and went back to capture them. This story spread across Rome, making him even more famous. The courage and boldness he displayed with the pirates only added to his growing influence as a legal advocate.
It's interesting to see how his adventures shaped his legal success. Caesar wasn't just bold, but he was also smart in choosing his battles. He went up against some of Sulla's supporters in court, who were powerful at that time. It was risky, but he managed to win public support by challenging them. These victories showed the people that Caesar was not afraid to stand up to those in power. He was building a reputation not just as a lawyer, but as a defender of the common people.
That's true. Caesar became known for his strong arguments and his ability to convince others. He used this skill to gain more followers who believed in his ideals. People admired his strength in public debates, where he always stood firm and clear. By going against the powerful individuals and taking risks, Caesar became a rising star in Rome. His determination to speak out was a big part of his growing influence, showing everyone he was ready to make a difference.
Caesar's story took another dramatic turn with his funeral orations for his Aunt Julia and wife Cornelia. At these events, Caesar spoke with great emotion about their lives and their connections to the populares, a group standing for the common people. By doing this, he showed his support for the faction that his uncle Marius led. It was risky to speak openly about the populares after Sulla had tried to end their influence, but Caesar's speeches struck a chord with many.
Yes, these speeches were not just about honoring family members, they were strategic. Through them, Caesar built his public image as a supporter of the common people. He showed that even with personal loss, he stood with those who wanted change in Rome. But gaining public favor came at a cost. Caesar hosted grand games and events to win the hearts of the masses, which, while successful, left him financially strained. Yet he saw this financial risk as necessary for his political ambitions.
These extravagant public games helped solidify his reputation among the Roman people, but they also led him to incur significant debt. This is where his relationship with Marcus Licinius Crassus came into play. Crassus, known for his immense wealth, was willing to help Caesar financially. However, this assistance wasn't just out of goodwill. Crassus saw Caesar's potential and understood that a strong alliance could help both of them climb the political ladder, giving Crassus more influence.
Exactly. The alliance with Crassus was a smart move for both men. For Caesar, it provided the financial backing needed to push forward his public and political endeavors. For Crassus, it was an opportunity to have a strong partner in the political sphere, someone who could help him achieve greater power. These tactical alliances and Caesar's ability to navigate the complicated social and political scene were crucial in shaping his journey towards becoming one of Rome's most influential leaders.
Caesar's rise to power took a significant turn when he decided to aim for the role of Pontifex Maximus. This was one of the highest religious positions in Rome. Winning the election wasn't easy since he was up against powerful men, but Caesar, known for his clever strategies, spent a lot of borrowed money to gain support. His boldness paid off, and he was elected, boosting his status and influence in Rome.
Indeed, becoming Pontifex Maximus was a big step forward. After this, Caesar went to Spain, where he showed great skill as a leader. He not only succeeded in military efforts, but also improved the administration there. By doing so, he returned to Rome with new achievements under his belt. This experience in Spain was important, as it gave him both more respect and the money he needed to clear his debts.
After his achievements in Spain, Caesar set his sights on becoming a consul, one of the most powerful roles in Rome. To do this, he had to win over both the people and powerful allies. Here comes the formation of the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus. Each had different strengths. Pompey was a military hero, while Crassus was wealthy. By uniting with them, Caesar increased his chances of gaining the consulship.
This alliance was a clever move. Caesar needed their support to navigate the political scene, which was filled with rivalry and mistrust. The triumvirate was both strategic and necessary, as it allowed Caesar to gain more leverage against opposition. With their help, he could focus on winning the people's favor. His ability to connect with the masses through speeches and events played a key role in building the foundation for his future successes.
When Caesar became a consul in 59 BCE, he had to share the role with Bibulus. Both were supposed to work together, but they had different ideas about how Rome should be run. Caesar was very active from the start, pushing for new laws that benefited the people. He wanted to give land to soldiers and improve life in Rome. These actions made him really popular with many citizens, but also created tensions with Bibulus.
Yes, it's interesting to see how Caesar dealt with these challenges. Bibulus tried to stop Caesar's plans by saying that omens were bad, which was a usual reason in Rome to block laws. But Caesar found a way around it by calling meetings only when Bibulus wasn't there. It became a sort of game, with Caesar trying to push his agenda forward while staying one step ahead of his co-consul. This approach showed how clever he was in navigating politics.
Working around Bibulus, Caesar used his time as consul to introduce many changes. He quickly formed alliances with the other members of the triumvirate, Pompey and Crassus. Together, they had a lot of power. Caesar used this power to get what he wanted, like passing important laws that gave land to soldiers. By doing so, he was building a strong base of supporters who benefited from his actions.
In fact, this was all part of a bigger plan. The triumvirate wasn't about being friends. It was about using each other's strengths to gain more power. Caesar knew that by staying on Pompey's and Crassus's good side, he could push through the reforms he wanted. This balance of power was tricky. Each man wanted more control, but they needed to work together to keep Rome stable. The time as consul was just the beginning of Caesar's path to becoming a key figure in Rome.
The influence Caesar started building during his consulship set the stage for his future successes. His way of dealing with political rivals showed he wasn't just a military leader, but a strategic thinker. Every decision was about laying groundwork for control of Rome. By the end of his term, he had placed himself in a position of growing influence, but he also left a divided Rome because of his bold moves.
Certainly, Caesar's time as consul was impactful. Even with the opposition, he made decisions that left a mark on Rome's future. His focus on both people's needs and political alliances showed he understood the complex game of power. It's where his legacy started to take shape, giving us a glimpse of his ambition. From here, he would continue to rise, facing new tests and creating a name that history would never forget.
Today, we touched on the beginnings of Julius Caesar's path to power. We've seen how his early life and challenges set the stage for his rise in Roman politics. From his daring actions with pirates to becoming a strong political figure, these were just the first steps. Yet they marked the start of a journey that would bring significant changes and reforms. Caesar's legacy grew from these moments, influencing history for a long time.
We hope you found this journey through Caesar's beginnings as fascinating as we did. History offers so much to learn, and we would love to hear your thoughts. Why not leave a comment below to share your insights? And if you enjoyed this episode, give us a like and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more historical insights. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to exploring more stories together.